Get ready for some mind-blowing architecture fails. Across the globe, massive construction dreams have fallen apart, literally and figuratively. These colossal undertakings required huge budgets and meticulous planning to tackle. But what happened when reality set in? From cash running dry to losing steam halfway through, we're about to dive into the fascinating stories behind the top 15 largest building projects that were abandoned before they reached their full glory. Let's kick off our countdown with number 15, Wonderland Park in Beijing. Who wouldn't want to bring a taste of magic to the Chinese capital? The brainchild of investors eager to ride the amusement park wave, Wonderland aimed to become Asia's largest thrill destination on an impressive 120-acre plot. But instead of funneling visitors through its gates, this wonder turned out to be more of a white elephant. Copying successful concepts wasn't enough. They soon discovered it's not just about replicating hits, but also about executing them smartly. Financial red flags popped up during construction, and in 1998, work on Wonderland came to an abrupt halt due to some shady dealings that left the project in limbo. Wonderland's second chance in 2008 ended up being just as elusive as its first. More financial woes kept construction from moving forward, and it seemed like this Chinese fairy tale would remain forever unfinished. But here's the twist. Instead of leaving behind a dull abandoned plot, Wonderland's skeletal remains became an offbeat sensation. Curious onlookers flocked to see what could have been, imagining what kind of thrills lay hidden beneath the half-built attractions. Meanwhile, local farmers who had lost their land for the project began quietly reclaiming it and growing crops where roller coasters were meant to soar. It was a surreal scene, an abandoned amusement park devoid of magic, yet strangely captivating. But all good things must come to an end. The authorities stepped in, and by 2013, Wonderland's remnants were reduced to rubble. Today, a shopping mall proudly stands on what was once the castle site, a stark reminder that even failed dreams can give way to something new. Now, let's move on to number 14. Get ready to roll the dice on the Fontainebleau Resort's wild tale. In the heart of Las Vegas' dazzling strip, where fortunes are made and lost in an instant, a massive new project was set to shake things up. The site of the old El Rancho Hotel and Casino was chosen for the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, a behemoth of a building that would have been hard to miss. With a 95,000 square casino, 2,800 hotel rooms, over 1,000 condos, and more, it promised to be an all-in-one entertainment extravaganza. Construction kicked off in 2007, and by the end of 2008, this Vegas giant reached new heights, literally becoming the Strip's tallest building when its final section was topped off. But just as things were looking up, financial missteps dealt a crushing blow. Despite being 70% complete, work on the Fontainebleau came to an abrupt halt, leaving us with a half-built wonder that would have been the ultimate Vegas spectacle. Let's see what's next. Number 13. Buckle up for a jaw-dropping tale from India's past. Let's travel back in time to the realm of Sultan Alauddin Khilji, whose armies had just conquered massive territories, bringing him unimaginable wealth and power. He wanted to celebrate by building an epic monument that would be the talk of Delhi, the Al-Minar. This colossal project aimed to quadruple the size of the main mosque at the time and construct a tower twice as tall as the Qutub Minar, one of India's most iconic landmarks. The Sultan's vision was huge, but unfortunately, history had other plans. Let's dive into what happened next. Number 14. Get ready for a tale of transformation and tourism in Turkey. In the hidden gem town of Murdernu, near the breathtaking Black Sea, local hot springs were once a treasured secret. But in 2014, a development company spotted an opportunity to turn this natural wonder into a lucrative tourist hotspot. Instead of enhancing the existing town, they envisioned something entirely new: Burj Al Abbas, a luxurious resort town designed to wow visitors. The ambitious plan included building 700 three-story villas inspired by European castles and a stunning central dome structure housing a shopping center. Let's see how this vision turned out. Next up is number 13. Buckle up for the shocking fate of Turkey's would-be wonderland, Burj Al Abbas. This ambitious project promised luxury living, top-notch amenities, and a taste of Europe in the Turkish countryside. With health clinics, mosques, theaters, and Turkish baths on the agenda, construction began, and a sales office in Kuwait targeted Arabic clients. But what started with 2,500 workers and a sold-out half of properties soon hit rock bottom. As interest dried up, developers went bankrupt, racking up debts of a staggering $7 million, leaving behind an eerie, unfinished district. Burj Al Abbas stands as a haunting reminder that even the most extravagant dreams can go up in smoke. Get ready for the jaw-dropping tale of Kangbashi, China's ghost town. In the midst of rapid urbanization, the Chinese government envisioned a futuristic utopia, complete with top-notch amenities. But what it got was an eerie, half-empty district. This $160 billion behemoth, built to accommodate 1 million people, has struggled to attract more than 20,000 or 30,000 residents at any given time. The issue? Most of the apartments were snapped up by savvy investors who saw Kangbashi as a lucrative rental opportunity, but failed to drive demand for housing. With oversupply came plummeting property prices, leaving these investors holding onto their investments and hoping against hope that this once bustling district will one day thrive. Let's shift gears to the National Monument of Scotland in Edinburgh, where grandeur meets unfinished business. Imagine an iconic landmark that's been stalled since 1829. That's right, this Scottish icon was meant to be completed over 2 centuries ago. Designed to honor those who fought and died in the Napoleonic Wars, only half of the towering monument was finished due to a lack of funds. Today, it stands as a poignant reminder of what could have been, with a grand staircase and an unfinished base. A fascinating piece of history that's definitely worth exploring. Get ready to uncover the intriguing story behind Edinburgh's National Monument. This awe-inspiring tribute to Scotland's brave soldiers and sailors who fought in the Napoleonic Wars was originally designed by Charles Robert Cockerell and William Henry Playfair. Drawing inspiration from Greece's iconic Parthenon, the ambitious plan included a grand structure with an underground network of catacombs for Scottish VIPs. But, just like that, progress halted when funds dried up in 1829, leaving the project to be dubbed Scotland's folly and Edinburgh's darkest secret. Fast forward to today, this half-built wonder has transformed into a unique symbol of remembrance, earning it a spot as a listed building in 1966. Though not officially recognized as a national monument, it's become an unofficial tribute to all those who serve. Buckle up for an urban exploration like no other. In the heart of Caracas, Venezuela, you'll find the Torre de David, also known as the Tower of David, a skyscraper that's been stuck in limbo since its construction kicked off in 1990. Originally envisioned as the vibrant Confiance's financial center, this project was meant to revolutionize the city's economy, but the Venezuelan banking crisis in 1994 brought everything to a grinding halt. When the lead investor checked out, the government took over, leaving the building frozen in time. Today, this massive complex of 6 structures stands as an abandoned behemoth, with its main tower piercing the sky at an impressive 561 feet. But be warned, it's been decades since elevators, power, water, or even windows were installed, and many internal walls never made it off the drawing board. Let's shift gears and dive into some mind-blowing science. You're probably familiar with the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, but did you know there was another epic project that almost stole the spotlight? In the heart of Texas, USA, a massive super collider was underway, aiming to unravel the deepest secrets of physics. spanning over 54 miles. That's longer than 88 football fields. This behemoth would have dwarfed its Swiss counterpart. However, in 1993, the project hit a major roadblock when funding was slashed due to concerns about costs and potential safety risks. Though it never reached completion, the abandoned site remains an engineering marvel, with remnants still visible today. It's a testament that even the world's most ambitious projects can fall victim to changing times and priorities. But who knows, maybe one day, Texas will get another chance to make history. Imagine starting an incredible project with a green light from Congress. That's exactly what happened with the superconducting super collider in Texas. Dubbed the Desertron, this massive undertaking aimed to create a 54-mile circular tunnel, digging 17 access shafts and boring 14.6 miles of underground tunnels by the early 90s. $2 billion had been invested, but then, in 1993, Congress suddenly pulled the plug on funding. The project was left abandoned, leaving behind a colossal waste of resources with no clear alternative use for its massive infrastructure. As time passed, local authorities tried to find a way to monetize this epic failure, even hosting auctions to sell off the property. It took 2 whole decades, but finally, in 2015, a buyer came along, and guess what? They snagged it for a tiny fraction of the original price. Let's journey across the pond to Bolt Castle on Hart Island, New York, now a major landmark under the care of the Thousand Islands Bridge Authority. This incredible structure started as a wild dream by George Bolt, the visionary manager of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel back in 1900. A private island owner already, he wanted to build a colossal private residence that would become one of the largest in the States. And what better way to surprise his wife than with this jaw-dropping castle? Get ready for a tale of love, loss, and legacy. The story begins in 1900 when George Bolt commissioned New York's top architects to bring his vision to life. A staggering 6-story castle on Hart Island. Hundreds of workers swarmed the island to build this dream home, but fate had other plans. In 1904, tragedy struck when George's wife passed away, and he abruptly put the project on hold for good. The once majestic Bolt Castle sat untouched for an astonishing 73 years, slowly crumbling into disrepair. However, in 1977, a new hope emerged. The Bridget family purchased it for just, with a promise to restore it and open its doors to the public. Today, thanks to their dedication, an estimated $1 million has been invested in this incredible journey of preservation as of 2020. Imagine transforming an urban landscape by adding a lush oasis in the middle of a bustling city. Sounds idyllic, right? That's exactly what the team behind London's Garden Bridge envisioned when they planned to span the River Thames with a pedestrian-only bridge covered in trees and gardens. The idea was to create a unique event space, complete with commercial facilities at one end, all while becoming a beloved community hub. Unfortunately, not everyone shared their enthusiasm. Many Londoners simply didn't see the need for such a project, and some even strongly opposed it. As high-profile supporters jumped ship and costs skyrocketed, this ambitious plan ultimately met an untimely demise just years after its initial announcement. Now, let's head to Yucca Mountain in Nevada, where a bold plan was hatched to tackle one of nuclear power's biggest headaches, or radioactive waste. The idea was to build an enormous underground storage facility deep within this desert mountain, designed to safely stash spent fuel and waste for tens of thousands of years. Once given the green light in 2002, construction kicked into high gear, with a massive tunnel network planned to house over 77,000 tons of material. By 2008, nearly $9 billion had been pumped into the project. That's roughly equivalent to building a whopping 1,400 miles of standard highways. And if you can believe it, Almost all of this money went towards preparing for a single, massive tunnel boring machine that would carve its way through the heart of Yucca Mountain. Let's take a trip to Rabat, Morocco, where an epic unfinished masterpiece awaits. Amidst the ancient city's stunning architecture, one structure catches your eye: Hassan Tower. Initially envisioned as the centerpiece of the world's largest mosque, this tower was meant to soar 210 meters high, with minarets that would be seen from miles away. The project got underway in the late 12th century under the direction of Abu Yusuf Yaqub al-Mansur, and its grandeur is still awe-inspiring today. Although it's been standing for nearly 9 centuries, only about 2/3 of it has been completed. Imagine stumbling upon an unusual historical site that looks more like a sci-fi set than a centuries-old fortress. Welcome to La Palace Castle in Poland. This enigmatic structure has an intriguing story. Construction kicked off way back in 1979, but the castle remains unfinished and eerily abandoned. What makes it even stranger is its modern origin. The plans were drawn up by architect Antoni Durbeck, aiming for a futuristic twist on medieval design, think turrets, towers, and a touch of Cold War-era flair. Despite initial excitement, funds ran out in 1982, leaving the dream castle to gather moss and intrigue curious visitors today. Step into the abandoned Cincinnati subway, an underground network that's been dormant since its construction stopped in the early 1900s. This massive infrastructure project was meant to revolutionize transportation in Cincinnati, Ohio, back when subways were still a new and exciting concept. The plans envisioned an expansive system of tunnels and stations, but financial constraints halted work just before it could reach its full potential, leaving behind a fascinating relic of urban development dreams. Today, the abandoned subway tunnels serve as a testament to the ambitious projects that shape cities, and they're now a popular destination for urban explorers and history buffs alike. Imagine digging nearly 2 miles of tunnels and 7 stations beneath your city, only to have the project abandoned before it could transform your transportation system. That's what happened in Cincinnati back in the Roaring '20s. The Great Depression put the brakes on the ambitious subway plans, leaving behind an enormous, albeit eerie, underground network. This remarkable relic of urban development, estimated to be worth a modern-day $100 million, now serves as a secret passageway for explorers and even provides shelter for the city's homeless population. Despite being left untouched for decades, the tunnels remain relatively intact, offering a glimpse into what could have been and sparking ongoing discussions about bringing this hidden gem back to life. Let's travel to Pyongyang, North Korea, where a colossal monument stands as a testament to grandiose plans gone awry. Meet the Rijyong Hotel, a staggering 1,080 feet tall, yet eerily vacant. This mega-project began in 1987 with ambitious dreams, but the Soviet Union's collapse left North Korea reeling and funding for the hotel mysteriously disappearing. Now, this record-breaking skyscraper holds on to its title as the world's tallest unoccupied structure, silently looming over the cityscape as a poignant reminder of the country's financial missteps. Fast forward to 2008, when this abandoned skyscraper was given another chance at life. But would it finally meet its grand expectations? The exterior was completed within 4 years. Yet, despite the hefty price tag of several $billion, the Rijyong Hotel remains a hollow shell. Today, instead of welcoming